Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Casey Dufault. Hope you're having a great day. As today I'm going to show you how I go through a step-by-step process fixing this old kayak with a fiberglass repair and giving it a new epoxy paint job on top to recoat it and protect it for many years to come. If you're new to my channel, I would appreciate if you'd like to subscribe. So give me a big thumbs up if you like this video and the content that I provide. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button down below where it's red. And if you want to be notified of any new videos that I have to come, click on the bell. Thanks for your support.
So today we're going to be working on this kayak. It is hand built. Now when we sand it, we're going to want to give it a cross pattern, as I will show you in this video, so that the bonding agent or the resin has something to bond to. We do the surface preparation, such as wiping it down with the acetone prior to the sanding so that we eliminate any oils, grease, or unwanted residue off of the surface area of this project. Surface area is the #1 failure to any application, whether it be epoxies, resin such as fiberglass resin, or interior or exterior paints on any such surface as wood, concrete, steel, etc. So we want to do a good job, considering this kayak has been around for a while and the owner would like to keep it around for a while longer. So as you can see, there's a few areas on this boat that have issues of concern, such as all along the sides. We have some damage, we have some cracking and peeling, and this is the major concern why we want to do our repairs today. Looking on top, we have a few areas of issues where we have some peeling, some major cracks, and some boils. This is all along the structure of the vessel, including near the housing of the body. So we're not going to work on any of the inside. Today we're only going to concentrate on the outside of this vessel. And when we're complete with the fiberglass, we're going to repaint it. This is going to be a fairly extensive project. It'll probably take 2 to 3 days. Here are the sanding materials that I'll be using. Abrasive sandpaper or emery cloth, however you want to name it. This comes in a roll and you can make it to the size of your desire. This is a sanding block. It is foam. It has some give. You want to sand all of this rough stuff right out. Get right down nice and smooth. Do across. As you can see here, we've gone past the veneer layer. The veneer would be the light color. You can see the white chalky kind of look. That's the fiberglass that's already on here once before. Obviously we've gone past that, but we have to in order to get a nice smooth finish on it. We have a little bit of a rough edge there, trying to get out as best as possible so that it doesn't show up on top. Obviously, if you care about yourself, you'll wear a mask, dust mask or a respirator. Good thing is always keep your sandpaper fresh. It does build up every now and then, so keeping it fresh helps it sand faster. Also, as I said, with the acetone, your hands have a natural oil in them, so you will want to wipe everything down with the acetone after. Even though you have dust on them, there still is oil debris that's left behind, so it's quite important. As you can see, now we're down to the bottom, sand at the top, brought most of it down to the original surface of either the wood grain
or the fiberglass matting that's already been placed on. So I'm just cleaning up the bottom, getting rid of some of the rough edges. The paint has got really wrinkly on here. The smoother you can keep it, the more aerodynamic you're going to be. Got a whole bunch of 2-inch strips so that we have 1 inch on either side of the seam. And we'll be going ahead and fiberglassing, putting some resin on top of that right away here.
So as you can see, we're 3/4 of the way done. Just putting a patch job around the seam of this kayak. What we did is mixed our epoxy and resin, cut our sheet into strips, put a stripe coat on of the resin before we laid the mat down, and then continued to lay resin on over top. So as you can see, there's a little bit of a mess left behind, but that's fine as long as we get the material on. Hopefully it kicks over, and then tomorrow we will sand everything down nice and smooth. So it's been about 12 hours that we've let this epoxy resin or fiberglass resin cure. If you cannot get a fingernail in there or make an indentation with your fingernail, you know that the material is kicked over. So now we're back to sanding. Give the entire boat to sand again everywhere that we've applied the epoxy resin for the fiberglass. So I have about 8 hours worth of sanding completed on this boat now. I've done most of the top and quite a bit of the sides. Still have a fair amount. This is a result of not enough hardener in this product, which is quite unfortunate. As you can see, it's a little bit glossy still moist to the touch. There's still a few rough spots underneath or on the sides that I have to touch up. The owner's not super particular. He wants to paint it right now, but I'd like to give it another skim coat. So today I'm going to complete sanding the sides, try and get the roughness out of here as much as possible, and then I'll give it a quick skim coat over the top and the sides just to try and eliminate some of these low points and be able to sand this out so it looks nice and smooth. Obviously everything you do on the bottom is going to show up on top. So I've gone around, checked for any high spots, pretty much sanded the entire boat on top wherever I've placed the fiberglass resin, except for right there near the cockpit. That needs to be stripped because of the hardener, lack of hardener. So just give it a quick sweep now, clean off any dust. If you have an air compressor, you can do this with that as well. Just blow it off. Give it a quick wipe with acetone if you have any. It's best to keep your surface preparation as best as possible. And I'll be giving it a light skim coat of resin to fill in all of these low points. And also you might be able to see here or notice that I haven't touched any of the corner as I'm trying to build up this edge. And that's where we lost our strength and the seam cracked on us. So just going to go around now, sweep it off, and then give it a nice light skim coat to clean up all of these low points. And then I'll give it another sand and start working on a few spots on the bottom. After that, should be ready for paint. Other than the cockpit area, On the bottom side of this, or the low side of this kayak, you can see that I've now placed a fresh coat of fiberglass resin or two-part epoxy on the entire surface of this kayak. The trick behind all of this is to try and keep your application as clean as possible, just like a drywall application or Bondo with auto body. This is very similar. The less of a mess that you make, the lower your seams are, or your edges, the less you'll have to sand. Your edge is always going to be the hardest area to cover, so I tried not to sand that as much as possible to try and continue a high build around it, since that was where our issue was. You see, it's already kicking over, it's getting foggy. So I put a little extra hardener in this whole application. Got quite a bit of resin left, just to make sure that everything gets hard and cures up. I gave it an extra coat over top to give it a nice waterproof protection. I went around all my edges, inside and out, so that it would also seal up and give it a protection. I added a strip in here and cut it so that it folds underneath, and to add some extra strength to that. Anywhere where there's a seam, such as this one, I've also added some fiberglass and built up the resin. Anywhere any water can get in or moisture, try to seal it up as best as possible. Now, I had this product available to my use. I maybe should have tried a little area and practiced with it. It's basically just a powder type material, probably for the high build. Always protect yourself while you're working with any type of epoxy resin product. This is the result over years of working with it. As I have been at fault in this project, as you can see, I have developed a rash, and I no longer work in the industry that I have previous due to this.
Our second fill.
Get your product on, give it a nice coat. As you're getting it on, give it nice, long, smooth, even brush strokes. You see a nice creamy look to it. So your brush line should almost disappear. Get it on, and then I give it nice, long strokes. It helps eliminate any brush marks from start to finish. Work it into all the little crevices if you haven't sanded it completely smooth. Like I said before, anything that you don't sand down is going to show up on top. So if you want perfect finish, you're going to do lots of sanding. Some long, even strokes.
Getting all dolled up just to get dirty.
That's right. You still want to look good.
Alright, meow.
Alright.
See you there.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm stuck here actually. Hold on. Look at this.
Stuck to the mud.
Ugh. Can't move, so you gotta move for